Welcome to another exciting edition of the Premier League Zone. My name is Anthony Ajulu, and this is your number one family radio station, Inspiration 92.3 FM. It's a beautiful, maybe a bit overcast, but it's still a beautiful day in the city of Lagos, and we're here to bring you the best from the English Premier League. It's a Thursday. Usually we'd be doing FPL Thursday, but sadly we don't have that because the league is over. But we're still announcing our winners, and we expect the winners to come pick up their gifts when the time comes. We'll give you the names again, and if your name falls, or if you hear your name, please send us your details so we can sort you out as well. We have a lot to get through on the show today. Actually, we have some transfer gists. We have more on the case between Man City and the Premier League, and the people that are doing support and people that are against, and all of that, and the meeting that will be held later today as well in the Premier League. We'll be giving you details of that. There's a possible hijacking going on between Manchester United and Chelsea, and of course people that are looking for Alexander Isak. He has come out to say, I'm not thinking about leaving right now. We'll give you details of all of that on the show today. Triple O is here. Nicholas Ayamene is here as well. Gentlemen, how are you doing this morning? Triple O, how are you doing?
I'm doing very fine, and United they have to do more than they can afford to. They want to hijack any player from Chelsea. I mean, it will only take a player to say no, I am not playing for Chelsea not to hijack any player, because they are even ready to go overboard. They are ready to pay twice the valuation of the player to keep the player. I don't know where that mentality came from, but again, it is what it is. I'm doing very fine.
Nicholas, what's going on?
Anthony, I'm good, I'm fine. And the fact that Manchester United are also, dragging a player with Liverpool, I think, United are becoming, maybe a little bit annoying. But then again, I think Liverpool will get the players, better than Chelsea. We command, that respect when it comes to getting players. So I don't know what Chupo is talking about. I mean, we want to go to Chelsea. Come on.
Money.
0700-923-923 number to call. 0700-923-923 or you send us messages on WhatsApp at 081-7313-6193. Right, so let's just get into it. Or you can join us on Facebook as well. Inspiration FM 92.3. Just leave your comments on the live feed. We'll read them on the show. So let's just get into it. Let's start with that gist we've already talked about, because Tosha Darabioyo is going to be a Chelsea player. United did make a late move to hijack the player. They tried to get him to United, but conversations and discussions with Chelsea were already too far gone for that deal to be hijacked. He's gone his medical. He's passed his medical, and we expect he's going to become the first signing for Enzo Maresca in the next 2 days. That's what we're hearing from Chelsea. We've talked about this thing before, but what is it with Adarabioyo that Chelsea and United seem to want him?
Well, for Adarabioyo, he's a ball-playing defender, and if you look at Chelsea, 2 defenders have will depart. One has departed already. The second is Chaluba, who they are looking at selling. And if you look at Manchester United as well, they struggled defensively last season, and a couple of, I think they also have to restructure their defensive issues, and they have a defender that is leaving in Rafael Varane, so they need to replace Rafael Varane, and Adarabioyo actually fits into that profile. A very calm ball playing defender, is tall, is comfortable on the ball, and the desire, the urge for players that are ball playing nowadays is really, really up there. So if you are a defender and you are ball playing, then clubs and managers will want you, because ball playing defenders are actually in high demand right now.
All right, we'll see how that goes. You have something to add?
Yeah, and there's something about Adarabioyo. I think even if the clubs in England don't get him, there are also interest from outside England as well, especially in Italy. I think it's quite decent. Why Fulham have decided to part ways with him, I really don't understand. But I think it's a good defender.
His contract actually ran out, and he refused to extend his contract. He decided that he has to go for something more. He has to go for something bigger. And when you've worked as hard as he has worked
for Fulham,
he knows his quality, he knows what he wants, and hopefully he's getting what he wants.
All right, we'll see how that goes. Alexander Isak, he has come out to say, all the people that are looking for me, I'm not going anywhere.
No way.
That's what he said. Let me read some of the quotes from him. He says, I enjoy myself at Newcastle and I had the best season in my career. That should not be underestimated. I love everything about this club, the fans, and the city. My future is not something I will speculate about. I have no thoughts on leaving. There has been no talk about it at the club, and I have received no information that they could or would have to sell me. That's what he said. Actually, he also praised the manager as an outstanding talent and all that stuff. So people that are looking for Alexander Isak, apparently he's found a new home.
I'm not believe
at St. James's Park, and he's not going anywhere. Look elsewhere.
I mean, it will be a blow if they now decide to sell him, or maybe Newcastle decides to cash in on, Isak. I think it has been wonderful for Newcastle, and even at times where people have had one or two questions, he has come back to show that look, he's still the same player. He has tested big football in Spain in La Liga, and I mean, if you go to Manchester City, I think there's just going to be too much pressure on him. People would want him to perform more than he's performing. I mean, Manchester United had a whole lot of trouble at the moment. I think Newcastle just seems like a perfect. But like I said, it's a good serenity. I think he has acclimatized with everything about the St. James Park. So I think Isak should stay. Going to Manchester City for me, I think is just too much.
I think if Arsenal comes knocking, he should go.
Maybe a team. Maybe a team like Arsenal would have been, that step up. But at the moment, the player I said is happy right there at Newcastle, and Newcastle are happy to have him. So I think this relationship is going well.
And all of this is just narrowing the options for Arsenal to Benjamin Sesko. That's what it is at the end of the day.
And one thing I don't like that Arsenal are probably doing is that usually Arsenal do have first choice and second choice when they are going into the transfer market for a particular player in a particular position. I don't know why they are so obsessed with Benjamin Sesko. You look at the numbers of Benjamin Sesko, you look at what he's done over the years, he's still a boy. Arsenal need men.
So what happened to 𝐿𝐶𝐏? What's his name?
There's 𝐿𝐶𝐏 there. You can even look into the league.
They did wonderfully well.
I know Ivan Toney is what's his name? 𝐈𝐍𝐻𝐿 is 28. You can go there and
still
collect. That's what big teams do.
Watkins will make a big impact.
You want to win the league next season, you need to improve significantly.
You need a
if you are bringing in Sesko, and
Sesko
is no better than Jackson. He's no better than Oilon. They have small boys.
And there's no guarantee he will score 20 goals in the season. That's the kind of striker you need.
All those boys that will need someone to pamper them, that will need their parents to travel with them to the club they are going to.
Let's go to that case for Man City. Like I said, we'll be giving you updates probably every day as we move along. Apparently, we're reading and we're hearing that there's a fear among Premier League clubs that City should not win this case. Certain Premier League clubs, there's a fear that City should not win. The case is on Monday, by the way. There's a meeting today. We'll come to that in a bit. The meeting is not about this. It's a different meeting today. Yep. But we hear that Premier League clubs are really, really freaking out about City winning that case when it starts on Monday. They feel like if City win, it will demolish the financial controls that the Premier League have and spell the end of any competitive balance in the competition. That's what they're hearing as well. Some sources linked to certain clubs says we might as well walk away from the idea of competing with them. Now, the reason why they're afraid is this. Now, there is word around the Premier League now that there is a major new sponsor coming for City. Again. It's APT. It's linked with City. But it's a major new sponsor owned by somebody already associated with City. And it's going to pump money into the club and it will revitalize the squad, and then they are going to buy
Mbappe,
buy everybody at the end of the day. so wait now. So the clubs are not happy about it and they hope that City don't win, because if they win that case, this new sponsor will just come and throw money everywhere. Because that's what the APT rule is trying to fight. Things like this happening. Clubs, people who own clubs and own other businesses using that way to change their sponsor and channel money into it. So again, crazy. Do these clubs have reason to be afraid?
Yes, they have reasons to be afraid because not all the owners in the Premier League are of the same standard when it comes to wealth. And I'm not surprised. I read that even some clubs in the Championship, in the English, across divisions, there are some clubs that their owners are also looking at City winning. They are taking sides with City because if City wins, it set precedence. It means that those other club owners that have other businesses can use those businesses to pump in money to their smaller clubs and make it big all of a sudden. But for clubs like maybe Manchester United, that their owners don't pump money. For clubs like maybe Arsenal, Liverpool don't pump money. Chelsea, their owners will pump money. Newcastle owners want to pump money, but they are waiting.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I was going. Nicholas, let me come to you. Look, Chelsea have openly declared support for City.
Obviously, we know why.
Because they also want to pump money.
We know why.
Newcastle, they've not pumped money into their club yet, but they can pump money.
They are the richest, by the way.
They can pump money.
It's the fear of the.
So they are waiting to see what happens in that case. Once they say City have won their case like this, they pump the money. So they don't want to anger anybody one way or the other.
By the way, a lot of persons are forgetting that Newcastle actually, the owners of Newcastle are the richest owners of football club, not just in England.
Exactly.
Because that's Saudi money.
Yeah, Arab money. Yeah.
But now the thing is, we know that more than half of the Premier League teams are against City.
Because the owners don't get money with their football.
So let's say it's 11. If there's a vote that is required, do they have the numbers to get to 14?
I doubt that.
They need 7.
I don't think so.
City needs 7 people.
Even if they need 7, City, Newcastle, Chelsea.
By the way, the story about Newcastle is that Newcastle are going to be neutral, so their vote will not count.
Exactly, so their vote will not count.
So that's -1. That's 1 in favor of City.
Anthony, it will kill the Premier League, to be honest.
We need 4 more people.
Because when you can't compete with clubs like City, I mean, they've won the Premier League 4 times now. With this happening, I think they just, maybe it'll be a Farmers League one-sided. So I think this will not happen. It will not be good for the Premier League. It will not be good for the clubs. I mean, my darling club Liverpool.
Anthony, we need 4 more clubs. We are 3 already. We need 4 more clubs. We can do it.
Even with your 1 billion,
we should join.
Even with your 1 billion, your club is still
I know Arsenal will not join because when they said they want to introduce new cap, Arsenal said Arsenal were part of those and let's introduce cap.
Which club not pick food?
So basically, the gist is that clubs are scared.
They have to be scared.
Anyway,
that will be the end for people like that will be their end.
There's a VAR meeting today. Wolves are the ones pushing for it. They want VAR to be scrapped. Premier League teams will meet later today to decide that. But we're hearing as well that Wolves will not get their way. That's again, majority of the clubs want
VAR. They just want it to be improved.
Yeah, they want it to be improved upon. Now we hear Howard Webb would come with a slide and everything. Presentation to show the ways they plan to improve VAR, and they have sent the documents to clubs stating that there will be 100 more officiating errors per season if VAR doesn't exist.
In addition to that, they've also they voted to change the VAR system they are using. They're currently using 𝐒𝐭𝐻 offside technology, so they are changing to semi-automatic offside technology, which is the one used in the Champions League, used at the World Cup, used in Italian Serie A as well.
So we'll see how that meeting will go. Bottom line is Wolves are not getting their way. VAR comes to stay. I want VAR to stay.
They just change the technology.
They should improve on it.
There was no way Wolves are going to win that fight. I mean, telling them you want the VAR to be scrapped, it's not possible.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more, leave a comment and like. Thank you.